Guys, it's so red. It's so beautiful. It's New Year's Eve. And this is I think this may be the first time ever in the history of my existence as an adult where I haven't felt stressed out on New Year's Eve. And I was just gonna repost this video that I posted at the end of 2021 on New Year's Eve. And I was talking about, like stressing out and just be where you are. It doesn't matter if you're not at the best party, yada, yada, yada. And while I still totally agree with that message, the energy behind it was like a little bit like panicky or something. I don't know, like it was still very much like I was telling myself not to worry about it because I was worrying about it. And I was just debating about posting it. And then I kind of realized, like, it's not how I feel now. And then I was like, well, maybe it could benefit somebody else. And I'm like, yeah, that's absolutely true. And I should just record how I'm feeling currently instead of it being like, I don't know, that was 3 years ago. And it's just interesting to feel the contrast and to feel this sense of like total calmness and like, I was thinking about a couple of things I could do, but I just have I don't know. It just feels sort of like still, I guess. Like here I am on the beach. I don't have any plants. And that feels great. And I feel this sense of excitement going into the new year, where I feel like in the past I've always sort of felt like guilty about not accomplishing enough in the year that is ending. And just thinking, like trying to convince myself like, okay, this is going to be the year that I really fucking grind it out and rah. Again, like this sort of like panicky, forceful energy. And I just don't feel any of that. I feel like a really sort of calm contentment. Just being here. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I was going to post that, and then I decided to record this instead. And obviously, like, doing all that stuff is great. Having all those transformational changes in the new year, implementing all that stuff is amazing. I think it's just the energy that I have it now is sort of, the energy that I have behind it is more of a knowing and less of a convincing. I'm not trying to convince myself that I'm going to change. I know that I am already changing and have been changing and never stop changing, and it's not something that one day out of the year has to be the day where you implement everything. And even if you don't do anything or change anything, it's like you are still a completely different person from where you were last year, even if it doesn't feel like it sometimes. And I think it's that detachment from, it's just detachment in general, not needing anything out of this particular evening or this upcoming year, or not needing to have done more last year. Not needing in general. Just a calm appreciation. And yeah, it feels great. So if I post this, Happy New Year. Happy New Year regardless. Hope you're doing great. Bye. And despite all of that, I was also thinking that I was going to do this daily 10 thing, man. Just do it, because I know that I want to. And I know that the reason that I'm not is because of judgment and because of feeling like I'll have to be consistent with it and worrying if I will be consistent with it or not. And all these things that, if you really just treat it like a daily thing, instead of like, okay, this year I'm going to do it, just go day by day. Take some of the weight off of needing to implement these giant changes in your life, and just, you can't do it for the whole year if you're not doing it every day. So just go day by day. And in the same way, take the weight off of needing it to be something super significant every time you record. I mean, there's going to be many days where, I'm even hesitant to say this because I think every day has infinitely interesting and complex things going on. Even the mundane things are fucking magnificent. But yeah, it's like you can just trust that it's the conveying of who you are that's significant. It's the translation of your energy and the sharing of your energy on whatever platform you're deciding to post on, or whoever you're interacting with. That's what matters. And you'll get really better at it too. I was thinking about this, if you're being consistent, consistency dissolves so much doubt. Because if you know that you're going to do a thing, you don't have to put any energy into deciding whether or not you should do it, or coming up with reasons why you shouldn't do it, or whatever. All that energy is just available because you know that you're going to do it. So you can put less time into decisions and just funnel all of that energy into what's happening. And iterate. Nobody's going to be mad at you. Nobody's going to be mad at you if you say that you're going to post a daily 10 and then miss a day, or post a 5 minute instead of a 10, or whatever. Anyone, we're primally wired to focus on origins of danger. Where can danger possibly pop up in whatever instance of life we're experiencing? That's what our brains are wired to scan for. And if you can become aware of that and keep using these panicky moments, these fear-infused instances of life as flare guns shooting up in your consciousness, trying to signal your awareness into the recognition that your brain is scanning for danger in a space where there is none, then all of your worries and all of your fears and all of these things become opportunities for you to sink into your soul, or float, rise into your soul, to transcend the monkey, transcend the fear, let it all dissolve, and feel all that remains, which is love. And just total freedom and contentment, and that shift alone will transform the fear. And this is how I'm feeling now. It's if I'm overthinking or something and I become aware of it, oh, thank you brain, for letting me know that I still have, on some degree, a belief system that is causing me to forget that I am literally completely infinite. On the most core level available, I am atomically safe and atomically infinite, because the energy within atoms cannot die, can only change. So as we go into this new year and feel this just, whatever degree of shift and change you're feeling, know that it's absolutely fundamentally safe to feel, and that we're always changing, even on the days that don't feel like it. And that's fun too, because I'm like thinking to myself, oh, that's a fun way to tie it up, and that just happened perfectly at like around the 10-minute mark. And there's things that happen once you start taking action that cannot be thought of prior to. They cannot be pre-planned. It's momentary improvisation in accordance with reality and what you're saying and what's happening. And you get to trust that and build trust in the unfolding, so much so that you can just start without having to know where you're going or where you are supposed to go or any. You don't even have to have the destination in mind. You can just start in total trust, knowing you are going where you need to go, even if you don't know where that is. Your soul knows. And if you can let go of the parts of yourself, the belief systems that are fear-based, the communication with your soul becomes clearer and clearer, and eventually will become your entire operating system. I mean, it already is. It's just now we're becoming more aware of it. So on that note, Happy New Year. Sending you lots of love. Peace.